I'm here in historic Fairmount, Indiana, hometown of James Byron Dean, American actor, 1931 to 1955. He's the one that died in a tragic car accident in California. He was on the very pinnacle of success and fame and fortune when he died, and only one of his films had been released, East of Eden, and the other two, Rebel Without a Cause and Giant, were released posthumously. Rebel in October of '55 and Giant the following year in '56. He was nominated twice for Best Supporting Actor, once for East of Eden and once for Giant. But his most well-known role is undoubtedly Rebel Without a Cause, where he played a troubled rebel. And I'm here in Fairmount, and we're about to go on a little tour. So let's get started. So here's a historic house. Let's go over and see what the plaque says. Okay, this is 303 on North Main Street, National Register of Historic Places. This is the Baldwin Addition Historic District, built by the United States Department of the Interior, 1858, Calvin Dillon House. Okay. And there's somebody living here, so I don't want to infringe on anyone's privacy. Oh, I didn't realize someone lived here. I thought it was like a museum or something, but let's see. There's a view of the town of Fairmount. So we're looking south toward Main Street, and there's two main state highways that go into this little town, Indiana 9 and Indiana 26, which Indiana 26 comes from Interstate 69, and Interstate 9 comes from the state highway, connects with the state highway, I should say. And there's the town's market, Horner's Market. Horner's Market. And you can go in there, you can buy a sandwich, potato salad, whatnot, and you can eat in this little park. So right here is a little park dedicated to James Dean. It's a sculpture. And I'm not going to read the whole inscription, but it says that he commissioned a sculptor just before he passed away, and that the sculptor had started the night he died. And that's a sculpture of James Dean. And they've got this nice little park in front of the Wesleyan Church, which is nice. I don't know what if that is Episcopalian or Wesleyan Methodist. I'm not sure. But you see there's a nice little park here. Oh, sorry about that. I should have had my camera. So there's little benches, and it's got bricks, nicely laid out, and some shrubs. And of course, none of these trees have leaves right now, but the town is really pretty in the summer when the leaves are on the trees. And as you can see, these homes here are very well preserved. That the people here take care of their town and their homes. It's just a really nice little town, little houses. So let's keep going. And this says, in memory of Kentaro Hayashi, 1970-1991, who was an enthusiastic Japanese fan of James Dean. Again, he was a worldwide known, or is a worldwide known actor, known throughout the world, not just in the United States. He was very popular, still is. He has a diehard legion of fans. So East to Eden, released in 1954, Rebel Without a Cause, 1955, and Giant in 1956. This guy looking at me suspiciously. Hello? Again, he was nominated for 2 Academy Awards posthumously, meaning after he died. One for East to Eden and one for Giant for supporting roles. Didn't win, but was nominated. Ernest Borgnine won for, what was the name of that film? It's one word. He was, I can't remember the name of it. But he won in '54. So here we are entering the town of Fairmount, Main Street. There's a little Fairmount ice cream parlor. Let's take a look at that. So let's go over and check that out. Diet Right Cola. Diet Right Cola. There's a Pillsbury Snowboy. And look at the deterioration of this ceiling. So this building has not been maintained well, unfortunately. So I imagine it's been empty a long time. Long time. And it looks like it's used for storage right now. 121 North Main Street. Jimmy Dean, the James Dean Run Car Show, downtown Fairmount. Thursday, September 23rd, 2021. Sponsored by the Lions Club and Fairmount Historical Museum. 43rd Annual James Dean Run. September 23rd to 25th, 2025. Now that's where all his fans come and gather. And they have a stage, they have musicians. I never heard of any of these musicians. Tommy Howell, Alan Cochrane, and the Crestliners, Reminisce Band. So they're 50s era. And they show East of Eden at that festival. I had heard that they showed it on like an outdoor screen. Like a big drive-in. So that is the old ice cream, and no doubt James Dean came here possibly and had ice cream, because I'm sure back in the 50s it was still operating as an ice cream parlor. So now, no doubt he spent time here, one can presume anyways. So there's the Masonic Temple. Beautiful old brick building, Masonic Temple. And there's a view of Main Street. Now this is a fairly small town here. It's not very big. Not many people live here. No fast food. No big box store. The bigger towns are Anderson and, let's see, Marion, which is approximately 14 miles. Marion is a bigger town, and that's where James Dean was born. So here's the Masonic Temple detail. This is Mahadi 1900. That's just a really nice building. And all these buildings look early 20th century, early 1900s, late 1800s. So evidently a museum is coming. This was not here. I was last here in August of 2021. That was the first time I came here. And I went to the James Dean Gallery, but the museum was closed. So it looks like they're going to move the museum or build a new museum. There's already 2 museums dedicated to James Dean in this town. The James Dean Gallery is a privately run museum by 2 gentlemen who moved here from back east and about 30 years or so ago, and that's a free museum. They don't charge admission, and it's got a lot of James Dean artifacts in there. A lot of pictures, stuff that he owned, a pair of shoes he wore, for example. There was a time clock from his high school. That's one of the things I remember. And of course, merchandise associated with James Dean. Fairmount State Bank. So this is, by the way, this is a Sunday afternoon, and it's February 26, 2023. And as you can see, this town is pretty much not much happening here. And there's the detail, 1889 on the bank. There is Main Street again. So let's go over here and take a look at the side of the building. There's a picture of James Dean on the side of this building here. Paint is kind of peeling off. Looks like it needs a new paint job. So there's a picture of James Dean with a shirt and tie. Very uncharacteristic to see him wearing a tie and a shirt like that. He did not like to dress up like that. You see his glasses. Now, he was almost legally blind. He had very poor vision and wore prescription lenses, I'm sure. So he lived a little bit outside of town in a farmhouse. His family his uncle ran a cattle farm. And he went to live with his uncle when he was about 10 years old. His mother passed away of cancer. So he was living in Santa Monica at the time. His father and mother had moved there. And then when his mother died, his father sent him to go live with his uncle here in Fairmount. Running cattle farm. Beautiful, house, which I've been to, and that's about, I think that is, it's out of town north. So here we go, and we are going down to see the museum. So here we go, James Dean Museum, and there's Garfield the cat. And he was born here as well, the illustrator for Garfield the cat cartoon. So there you have it, James Dean Museum, including Garfield and Fairmount history. And it is open. So let's go in. Wow, it's open. So I lucked out because last time I was here, this museum was not open. This is the James W. Patterson House, built in 1888, listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Hello.
Hi.
It's okay to film in here?
Yeah, I'd rather not be on film.
Huh? Oh, I'm not filming you, but I'm making like a video of the town.
Yeah, that's
So
fine.
I'm narrating it and all that.
Have you been here before?
Not in this museum.
Oh.
It was closed. I have been to the town before, though.
Yeah.
I was here in 2021. But your museum was closed at that time, so couldn't come in. But I went to the gallery, Fairmount, the other one. Cute.
Yeah,
Don't worry, I'm not filming you.
We have the Winslow family's personal collection, so we have more of Jimmy's like actual belongings than anywhere on Earth.
Cool.
So it's pretty incredible. And that's all on this.
Judy's compact.
Yeah, from Rebel.
There's a few things that are on sale here. I will take one of those tickets. The pink ones there.
Mm-hmm.
And an actual driver's license? Is that how they looked at the time, or?
Not exactly.
Huh. Thank you. I'm just gonna look around. There's no upstairs, or?
The upstairs is just town history.
Okay.
I would say you should start in here because it starts with his baby clothes.
Oh, goody. Okay. And you got posters. Cool. I'll probably be getting a poster. Czechoslovakia.
That's his first motorcycle.
Is it the actual one or
Yes.
Oh,
His
wow.
From Carter's.
That's his actual motorcycle that he drove, built in 1918.
It was built in 1947.
Oh, 1947.
Yeah, he lived on that bike.
Uh-huh. It says that his uncle purchased it for him on his 16th birthday. And his sweater he wore. Gosh, that's cool.
Yeah, those are his actual Letterman sweaters.
Uh-huh.
And then in the case behind you, we have his baby clothes, and his high school diploma, his track ribbons, the reports he did in school.
Oh, wow. This is just a cornucopia of James Dean's artifacts.
Good word.
Look at that. The Little Stranger. His baby shoes, baby clothes. It's a little elephant on that. Looks like he was quite the athlete, too.
He was extremely athletic. He got the school award for at graduation for athletics and for art. He got the top art medal as well.
Wow, cool. I see a lot of pole vault things.
Yeah, he broke the record for Grant County in pole vaulting, and it held for like 12 years. And he was a basketball star.
I knew that.
And he played baseball as well.
Very cool. Look at all the ribbons. Hurdles, broad jump, low hurdles, pole vault, Shot put.
And his cousin Marcus is still deeply involved
Mm-hmm.
in the museum.
Oh, is that right?
He's 79 now, but it's because of him we have this whole collection.
Well, it's very generous of him to donate the stuff.
Yeah.
So people that are fans of his can appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
There he is on the baseball team. That looks like his uncle. His diploma. Yeah, I've been in the gallery, the other museum.
Yeah.
Those guys are real nice over there.
Yeah, Lenny and David are the best.
Mm-hmm. They took me over to his uncle's house and his gravesite, which I wouldn't have been able to do without their help because I don't have a.
You have a car?
No.
How'd you get here?
My truck. I parked it over in the ammonia place outside of town, and I walked because I drive a big semi, you know.
Oh,
So I can't
okay.
bring that into town, you know.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I can't park that in town. So
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm glad they did that.
yeah, it was very nice of them
Yeah, they're sweet people.
and exciting to see his homestead where he grew up and stuff.
Yeah, they make a conscious effort to keep it like it was when Jimmy was there. Like even Jimmy's bedroom is exactly the same. They never changed it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I can see the town is very well preserved, that people are taking care of their homes and yards and so forth.
Yeah, we try to keep like commercial things from coming in here, which is nice. So a lot of fans like it because then you feel like you're experiencing Fairmount the way Jimmy experienced it.
Mm-hmm. So his high school was torn down some time ago, right?
Yeah, we tried to save it, but
Uh-huh.
we couldn't raise enough money.
Oh, that's a shame.
But we did save the stage he performed on,
Mm-hmm.
and that's out at the park over here. It's like the James Dean Memorial stage.
Uncle, take a look at that.
Yeah, it's not. Will you have to walk then? It's not that far. It's just you go down Washington and take a right on Vine Street, and
Okay.
then you go down Vine, and it's right there.
So now he's a pretty good artist too. Looking
Yeah.
at these.
And yeah, art's something that he kept up with his whole life.
Mhm.
Was just, I mean, he was a pure artist. That's really what he was.
Most
He
definitely.
always had to be creating something.
Yes. But this stuff is really good.
Yes, it's definitely.
He could have had a go at it as an artist, you know,
Yeah.
professionally.
He was really the type of person who could have really done anything. He was like a modern Renaissance man.
Mhm.
So, I mean, anything he decided to go after, he was probably going to be the best at.
Hmm.
And we have his most prized possessions in the next room.
Okay.
His conga drums and his matador cape and horns, which were his favorite things.
So what happened to his little kitty cat after he died?
He gave it to Jeanette Miller
Uh-huh.
Doty to take care of the night before he left for Salinas.
Oh, okay. I was wondering about that.
Yeah, no, we don't know. Yeah, that's the thing. We don't know what happened to the cat after that. Like if she kept it.
Yeah.
Or there's no telling what happened to the cat. I like to think that
Yeah.
she kept it. and took
Me
care of it.
too. But it was a Siamese, so you know, it's like a
Yeah.
pedigree cat. I'm sure it got a home somewhere.
That's one thing a lot of people might not know is the reason Elizabeth Taylor gave him the Siamese cat is because the picture right in front of you, Jimmy in the striped shirt,
Yeah.
that's not Marcus, that's Louis the 16th, and that's Sanford and Beulah Roth's cat, and Jimmy
Okay.
loved that cat, and Elizabeth Taylor knew that, so she got him a Siamese cat.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he was a cat lover. Yeah.
And there's a really good Sanford Roth quote where he talks about how Jimmy was like a cat, and he really was.
Oh, I think I read that somewhere in one of those books. How he copied cat movements. I don't know. When he was acting, he tried to act like a cat. But now, is this locally, this picture, or is it?
Yeah, that's right on Main Street. It's past Helping Hands a little bit.
So that's after he graduated high school, or?
That's his last visit home in February of '55.
That's when the guy took that series of pictures of him, right?
Yeah, Dennis Stock.
Dennis Stock. Yeah, I have his book. Those are really good black and white pictures.
Those are probably, well, a lot of people would say those are the best ones of Jimmy, and
yeah.
I mean, thank God he came back with him, or we wouldn't have any of these photos.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
True.
There'd be like no record of Fairmount.
And there's a picture of him. So Dennis Stock, he's the guy that he shadowed Jimmy around for a month, I think it was, in New York. And then when Jimmy took a trip to his hometown, he came with him and published a series of black and white pictures, including I understand there were some pictures where Jimmy got into a coffin in a local shop here. He was just like kidding around, you know. And those were very controversial. And Dennis Stock said he was never going to release those pictures after Jimmy passed away, but somehow he changed his mind over the years, because when it's in the book that he published, where he's clowning around, you know, and he's laying in a coffin, kind of macabre. But I recommend that book by Dennis Stock of black and white pictures of James Dean. I think those are the best and really capture the essence of the man. I like that picture. That's from one of Dennis Stock's photos, I think. Somebody's done a drawing. And there's James Dean with his nephew at little farmhouse he grew up. And there's his matador cape. He developed an interest in bullfighting, and he wanted to go somewhere and study bullfighting. So that's something he was very interested in. And there's the famous Congo drums. Congo drums. So he brought these drums with him during his visit in February of 1955. So there's a cutout of him in giant, publicity cutout. So that's him and his grandmother, paternal, Santa Monica, California. It says, Jimmy sent this autograph picture to Charles and Emma Dean, his grandmother and grandfather. It says, "To very special people, my precious grandmother and my wonderful grandfather, with all my love forever, Jimmy." So that's an autograph picture. Looks like high school, maybe. high school age. That's his yellow V-neck sweater. It's a little clock. It looks like a school report he made. It says, "My career as a farmer," in Art Deco type font, which is very interesting. And nice penmanship too. So there's one of his costumes from the movie Giant that he wore, evidently. Giant was filmed in Marfa, Texas, the little town of Marfa, Texas, in southwest Texas, in 1955. That was his third and final film, starring Elizabeth Taylor and Rock Hudson and Mercedes McCambridge, I think, directed by George Stevenson. And again, he was nominated for Best Supporting Actor for his performance as, I can't think of the name of the character, but he was nominated for his character as Cal Trask in East of Eden the previous year. So that's 2 Academy Award nominations that he garnered after his death in an automobile accident in September 30th, 1955. So and there he is. He was an avid race car driver as well. Something he was very interested in is racing. And of course, he bought the expensive Spider, which is a Porsche. And that's the car he crashed in. So here we have a huge poster of Rebel Without a Cause. Wow, that is just huge. Imagine that hanging on the wall in your house. That'd be cool. So here's another portrait of him. Fairmount, 1949. He's the class of the year he graduated high school. Fairmount High School, 1949, class of 49. And there he is. And right after he graduated high school, he moved to Los Angeles to reside with his father, and he attended UCLA, but briefly. I think he attended one semester at Santa Monica College and then another semester at UCLA. It's either a semester or a year. And he was in a theater production of Macbeth. I think he played the king, but I'm not sure. So, here's his classmates, some of whom are undoubtedly still living and remember him and maybe reside in the area. Who knows? So this is a telephone he purchased and gave as a gift to his aunt and uncle during his last visit to Fairmount in February of 1955. So that would be approximately 6 months before his car crash. So here we have some more baby pictures of James Dean. That is his mother, and that's him with his father. That picture. Now, he was said to be part Cherokee, or he claimed part Cherokee heritage in his background, but he's mostly of English Welsh descent, I believe. But one can assume that would be on the mother's side of the family, the Native American heritage, because we don't really know. Some other pictures. These are stills from Rebel. Okay, at this point I'm going to stop this video, and if you want to see more of it, there is a part 2, or will be a part 2. I don't want, this is going to be hard to download on YouTube, so I'm going to stop this video at this point, and there will be a part 2 if you wish to continue. Thank you all for joining today, and have a great day.